Hello and happy Tuesday. My name is Wendy Lee, and you can find me at creativeleeyours.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US and excited that you are joining me for today's paper crafting fun. Yay! So today is Tuesday, September 10th, if you're watching this video when it premieres, and I'm live with you in the chat. So say hello and be sure to let me know if you've got any questions as we go along. If you're watching on the replay, welcome as well. And if you do have any questions or want to leave me any comments, please feel free and I'll answer back as quickly as I can. All right. So today we are doing a Fast and Fabulous project, right? I love a little bit of shimmer in my project. So we are pulling out our fantastic glimmer paper. Love Stampin' Up! Glimmer paper because the glitter doesn't come off the paper. Yes, I'm not kidding, right? So today's project is actually my project for the All-Star video class tutorial bundle blog hop, right? So this is a bonus project using the featured suite, which will be Unbounded Beauty this month. So this is a mega suite with 2 different stamp and die bundles, and I love it. It's fabulous. It features all of our great new in-color products, which are just yummy. I think they're yummy, right? So much fun. So this video tutorial bundle is now available for purchase for $15, or better yet, get it for free when you spend $50 or greater with me in my online store. All right. I also have registration open currently for our Nest of Winter Cultivated Creativity DIY Paper Crafting Kit. You can see a sneak peek video on my YouTube channels. Check out those projects and find out a little bit more about that program. The best way to stay up to date with everything I have going on is to join my email list, right? I make sure that you have all the information you need to participate in all of the events that I have going on. You also get a free tutorial bundle every single month that's exclusive just to my email list. So jump on over and subscribe if you haven't already. All right. So let's get today's paper crafting fun started. All right. I'm going to switch the camera over. All right. So for today's project, we are featuring the Unbounded Love Stamp and Die Bundle. And then we're also pulling in the Flowers of Beauty. Make sure I say the right thing. Yep, dies. And we're going to pull in some elements from that. So this is all from that Unbounded Beauty bundle suite that I mentioned. So my project is this one here. Super cute, fast and easy. This is one that you can create in so many different colors using every single print that is in your Designer Series paper pack. And as I mentioned, we're going to bring in a little bit of this glimmer paper, which I love because the glitter doesn't come off, right? It is the best quality glimmer paper I think I've ever run into. All right, let's start off with our peach pie layer. So this is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, and I've embossed it with the Zinnia 3D embossing folder. Isn't that gorgeous? It's so pretty, so pretty. Oh, before I forget, the complete supply list and project list will be on my blog when the post goes live, but it's not going to go live until tomorrow evening. So that's when our hop is. So, all right. So next, I've got a piece of Designer Series paper that is... Where's my cheat? Where's my cheat? Where's my cheat? Did I not write it down? I didn't write it down. I think it's 3 by 3. Yeah, 3 by 3. Now, I've already cut this in half diagonally, but I am going to bring in my paper trimmer and talk to you about that. I didn't mean to cut it ahead of time, but I did. So when you're cutting on the diagonal, I want to make sure you guys know, first of all, our paper trimmer is amazing, the best paper trimmer. So if you don't have a paper trimmer that you like, definitely grab the one from Stampin' Up! It is such a great trimmer. This doesn't rub off. You've got the extended arm. You can cut on both sides of the channel. And one of my favorite things is that this really kind of locks down. And so cutting narrow pieces works really, really well. All right, so when you cut on the diagonal, you'll place your points in the cutting channel here. But it's super important not to cut into the point. You want to start somewhere inside and then cut to the point and then cut to the other side so that you're cutting kind of away from the point when you're making your cut. I hope that makes sense. So super important to do it that way so that you don't crush your corners. No crushed corners, right? All right, so I am going to use one of these pieces on the inside and one of these pieces on the outside. So we're just going to use this one right here. Now you can put this down with your Stampin' Seal or with your liquid glue. I'm going to use liquid glue this time. And the only reason I'm doing that is because of the texture of the layer underneath. I think it will just make it easier for me to put that down. So we're just going to put some liquid glue on our triangle, and then we will lay this right here in the corner. And then that's going to hold really, really nicely. All right, so now we want to put this on a white layer, but let's do a little paper saving. Since I'm covering this whole thing, why not cut right out of the center of my layer? So I have used one of the label dies from the Unbounded Love and cut right in the center of my layer to get my label. So it's a little paper saving tip there. Go ahead and adhere this down, and we're going to cover the hole, right? So it works fantastic. So this piece of white was 4 3/8 by 3 3/8. I like a nice skinny border when I'm doing my layering. You could do a whiter border, but I just really love the skinny peak of white that we've got going on there. All right, so let's grab our card base next. So this is just a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of a cardstock. So it's half a sheet, and this is Calypso Coral. And then let's fold this and burnish that fold. All right, so then we're going to just pop this right on the front of our card base. I'll bring in some dimensionals. Now, if you don't want yours popped up, do it flat. That's fine. I'm not going too crazy with my dimension today, so we should be okay without needing too much more. So I'll take that backing paper off. Nice. And just place that right on our card front. Now, you could do some stamping in the background on this if you'd like to, or you could texture it as well. I thought that this had so many fun elements going on with it, with the diagonal cut and with the texture, that it really didn't need anything additional in the background, right? All right, so let's go ahead and bring in our Calypso Coral ink pad. We'll stamp our sentiment. And I'm going to stamp to the left side of this label, right? I don't want it centered because of my glittered element that I'm adding on. Love it. My heart goes out to you. So many good sentiments in this stamp set. All right. And let's pop this up right on the front. Pull back out our dimensionals. Right, I told you this one's going to be fast and easy. We're almost done. Almost done. Now, if you guys are enjoying the content that I'm sharing with you, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're liking it. Also, I'd love for you to invite your crafty friends to come join us, right? I'd love to take a break together on Tuesdays, right? All right, so I'm going to lay this sentiment about right there. So I'm a little lower than half on this. I think you can do it however you want to do it, right? Doesn't really matter. Now, I've got this lovely piece that I die cut out of the Peach Pie glimmer paper. Love glimmer paper. And I used this one right here to cut that one out. Cute, super cute. There's lots of really great kind of, I call them sprigs, but floral type elements that you can use on this. All right, now I'm going to flip this over. I did not put adhesive sheet on the back, so I am going to just put some dots of glue, and then we're going to let that dry for just a bit, right? Put a little bit on the stem. Ooh, that's a lot. I got a lot of glue on there. Put some dots on the flowers. It's okay if it sticks up a little bit. I just want it kind of tacked on. Okay, I'm going to move this way up here because otherwise it's going to end up stuck to my arm. So we're going to let that sit for just a minute. And let's work on the inside of our project here. So on the inside, I've also taken this other piece that we cut in half and adhered it to the white layer and stamped my sentiment there. So let's go ahead and do that as well. Now, because I tend to mess up sometimes, I don't know about you guys, with my sentiment, I'm going to lay that down and I'm going to stamp my sentiment. If it's messed up, then I can flip it over, and I haven't adhered that down. So giving myself a little bit of grace there. Room for mistakes, which I do all the time. Okay, so this says you've got this. And I'm just going to stamp it right here. Perfect, in that coral, same coral ink pad. So that worked out good. So I don't have to flip it over. And again, you can attach this with your Stampin' Seal or your liquid adhesive. I'm just going to stay liquid glue for this one, just because I've already got it handy right there. We'll place that right in the corner. Nice. And then we can adhere this right to the inside of our card base with our Stampin' Seal. Granted, you can use liquid glue there too, if you prefer. But you guys know, I am a Stampin' Seal gal. Isn't this a fun way to bring the design to the inside with that little diagonal cut piece? And you can use a lot of your scraps to do this, right? I used a 3x3 square, but you could use a smaller one and do that as well. Super cute. All right, I think this might be dry enough that we can put this on our card base here. So I'm kind of following that diagonal line because I don't want it to be so obvious that that's cut, maybe. And I'm just going to kind of tack that down. Now, it is not all level, right? Like I've got this label popped up, so some of it's up higher, some of it's down flatter. That doesn't bother me on this element. If it bothers you, then don't do it this way, right? You could cut this out with foam adhesive sheet on the back, and then the whole thing could be popped up. You still would have to watch what you're doing over the sentiment if you wanted it all even, but I think that this looks really, really nice like this. All right, so now we're going to pull in our in color matte dots, and let's add a couple little dots. I've got a couple cut off here. I'll just use these. That is always hard to do, isn't it? When it's cut away from the sheet to get it off the plastic. I feel bad when I send out kits and they're cut like this because it's super hard to get them off. But I wanted to do it so you guys could see. It is doable, although I'm making a hot mess. All right. I think I got more adhesive on the back of it than I did on the front. All right. I did. I totally pulled the adhesive off. There we go. Ah! Pulled the tip right out of my take your pick. All right, let's see if we do better with this end because I'm on that little bitty plastic piece. Should have just pulled it from the center of the sheet instead of trying to use this little one. But I know that I send these out this way for Card Club, so I thought I'd go ahead and use it since I had it already that way. So you could see my struggles as well. All right, perfect. Cute, right? I love it. I hope you guys love this one and give it a try, right? Yay! So don't forget, you can earn the exclusive All-Star Tutorial Video Class Bundle for free when you place a $50 order in my online store. Of course, you can purchase it for $15 as well. And you're going to have so many fantastic ideas using this amazing product suite. All right, thank you all so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you again next Tuesday. Bye for now.